Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And in this video, we're going to show you another route. We're talking about the Gauntlet 2 stock. Now, I don't know what they were thinking by making such a big, bulky, look at that. I mean, you don't put your hand up there, but why would you need all that weight out there? They could have done something a little different with this, but you know, this thing it was just a disaster from the get-go, and I knew it was going to be because I was using the wrong colors. So I'm probably going to just leave this the way it is and maybe do it later or just sell the daggone thing. If somebody wanted one, gasoline, take that paint right off. Right back to original. It'll look exactly like it did originally. So, but anyway, we're going to scrap this. So, I don't know how many people remember a job that I did and I actually deleted it because it just didn't turn out very good and I was embarrassed. When I built an air rifle, my very first air rifle build, I did everything okay, but okay wasn't good enough. I needed to make a better valve than what I did, and at the time I didn't have all the tools to make the valve the way I'd like to, and I just basically scrapped the idea and took it back apart, and now I'll use all them parts for something else someday. But this is the stock that we're thinking about using for the Gauntlet 2. So, it actually needs an adjustable butt pad, which you'll probably get eventually. But this is the one we're going to use. This is the one that I made. I made this one for my the air rifle I built. And so basically we're going to have to modify this to fit. On mine, the tube was really big. It was like 35 millimeter tube, or 36 or something like that. And it's 36 millimeter tube all the way up, or something like that. So we have this action here. If I can get it apart. So what we have here is this part. And the trigger will go into my hole, and it is a little big, but that's something that can be taken care of with the 3D printer. So we're going to put this down in here, and then we're going to cut that off right there, right at the end of this block. Now I'm cutting it just a little proud of it so that when I'm done I can trim it to where it's exactly the same size as the end of this. That way I can screw my tank on, nothing's going to be in the way, and I can also, I'm thinking that I can use screws in the side here to use these two screw holes, threaded holes, that the Gauntlet used to mount to. So we'll have 3 holes, this one and these 2 here. And this will work, but this tube here is smaller than the tube that used to go on this gun. So in order to combat that, I 3D printed this. It's a bed for it. It's got the hole for everything to go on. and it's a little off. I gotta stretch it or spread it to get it to go down on there, but once I get it down on there, everything's fine. I had it on there a while ago, so I'm not lying. I didn't put a wide enough groove on it, so I gotta squeeze it. So this will lay in the pocket just like that, and I've tapered it so that it will come out to the stock. So yeah, we're gonna have the big hole, but we can close that off too, or just leave it the way it is. It doesn't matter, because my Benjamin Discovery will actually fit in this. Of course, I'd have to make a bed for it, but I could still put my Benjamin Discovery in here. So now the next thing I need to do is go ahead and cut that off. Once I cut that off, then we'll go to the mill. So I'll cut that off, and we'll meet you at the mill once I've got it set up. Alright guys, we got it chucked up in the mill, and we've cut the end off. I have traced the block that's on my breech, and I've made my stopping point, and we're going to start by using the 3/8 milling bit. We're going to start in the middle, go back to our line, and then we'll step up and move over and do another line until we've got that thing. We'll step up to get that round. We're still going to have to do some chiseling and using a Dremel tool to round that out a little bit, but this is basically the way we're going to have to do it. So enjoy the music. Alright, so now we're going to test it again and see how close we are. Alright, so now we've got to do some trimming, and I actually want to take a little bit more off of this side because I don't want it spreading. So we're going to take a little bit more off. Alright, let's see if it fits a little better this time. Yeah, it goes down in there nice and easy with no spreading. Alright guys, now it doesn't matter what the end of this looks like, because we're going to make us a cap to go over this. we're going to 3D print something to put over top of this that will wrap around and actually screw on with the bolt holes in the side. So it'll have two purposes. These screws will hold the stock and the whatever I put on here. So it fits okay. I don't have a problem with the way it fits right now. I'm not really worried about this open area down in here. That doesn't bother me. And anybody looking at my gun that close needs to stop. So then we got to figure out where we're gonna. This hole's pretty close. I'm not real sure. I think it's just a hair off. So we're probably gonna have to waller this out a little bit, make it like a slot type hole, and then make a aluminum spacer to go in there and drill our hole wherever we need to drill for holding the stock on. Now that's all you really need is that one screw. And I believe this one here is so close to being right on the money, it ain't funny. So we might do some kind of a beauty ring around here. I don't know. I doubt it, because there ain't really nothing wrong with the way it is. Safety is still usable. But I think that'll look a whole lot better. And you can see how that transitions. Now once it's screwed down, it'll hold down tighter. Got that raised part right there. So I think that'll work, guys. So you're getting the first look at the walnut stock, because I didn't post this stock before. I've posted pictures of it, but not the stock or the gun. So that's what happens when you're ashamed of something. But I wasn't ashamed of the stock, so I was trying to figure out what I was going to use this stock for. So this will work. So anyway, this will be in the first part of this video on retrofitting an old new stock for the Gauntlet 2. And once you get the bottom on it, I think this thing's going to look pretty damn cool. So even if I don't wrap something around here, you know, make a cap that goes on it and use these screw holes, I can always just make a plate that goes on the front of this. We'll see. That's awful thin right there. So I don't want to be trying to put no screws in there. But anyway, I hope you guys like this better than that. I mean, if you was going to choose, which one would you choose? The Bison stock or the factory stock? I don't know what Umarex was thinking making that stock. Even the first generation wasn't, I didn't like that stock either. So now I've got 3 stocks that came with my guns original in my drawers. So every time I get a gun, the original stock usually ends up in a drawer and I make something new. So anyway, this was just going to be a short video to get you started on the new stock that I'm putting on it. This came off of my homemade air rifle, and I've got a few little trimming to do. I got to trim a little valley right here so I can get my key in to degas it, and and then trim a little bit of this out. Actually, I think I don't need to trim nothing out. The holes are right here at the end, right there at that little hole. So I'm probably going to have to oblong that hole a little bit and make something special to go over top of this, just to make it work. And then we'll just round that off on the end, depending on what we do to make this work. So anyway, there it is, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.